All right. So I invite you guys to have dinner with me wherever you're at. This is one of my favorite go-to meals. Today I am going to be cooking up dirty rice. This is a recipe that I use that I kind of upgrade Zatarain's dirty rice mix and really add to it to make it special. So right now I am doing, this is 3 pounds of hamburger meat. So I'm cooking for a potluck and also for a large family. So come and try it. If you like what you see, cook it at home and let me know how you had dinner with me. Alright, so we begin with Zatarain's dirty rice mix that I'm adding to the 3 pounds of hamburger meat. Now I got 3 boxes of the family size, but I did the Walmart order and they gave me one of the smaller, so it'll still work out. But for this amount of meat and ingredients I'm adding, I prefer 3 of the large sizes or 4 of the small sizes. And I usually add 1 pound of hamburger meat and 1 pound of sausage, but I couldn't find spicy turkey sausage, so I'm going to turn 3 pounds of hamburger meat into spicy sausage. I don't eat pork, so this is 3 pounds of hamburger meat. Typically I put 1 pound of hamburger meat to 1 pound of spicy sausage. If you don't like spice, you could do regular sausage, or you could upgrade hamburger meat the same way I'm going to do. And so what I'm doing is just browning my hamburger meat and getting it ready for the rest of the ingredients. Now, to flavor my hamburger meat so it has the flavor of spicy sausage, I am adding garlic powder. I would also add onion powder, but I ran out. That's okay. I have some peppercorn melody. I have some basil, some crushed red pepper, paprika, Cajun seasoning, some rubbed sage, and some fennel seeds. All of this is going to go into the food processor, and I'm going to break it down so that it flavors the meat as it's cooking, and this is going to give the flavor and spice of sausage. Alright, we have ground up all of our spices together. The obstacle is getting some of those pepper seeds smaller, but it'll still work. We're going to add all of this to our meat. And we're going to make sure it's stirred in there well. And we're going to keep cooking it until it's almost cooked. We don't have to cook the meat fully because we're going to be adding ingredients and it's going to be boiling for 25 minutes. So we just want to get it nicely browned and we could start prepping some of our other ingredients. Our meat is almost cooked and we are adding in 1 entire white onion chopped finely into the mix. And we're going to cook that until it gets translucent, which shouldn't take too long, maybe a minute or 2. And I have some other ingredients that I want you to be ready for because this next step is going to happen really fast. One thing I forgot to mention is you're going to need a pretty large pan. So our onions look about translucent. They've been in there about 2 minutes now. Our meat is pretty much cooked with a little bit of room to spare. We don't want it too cooked. We are going to add our 3 packages of Zatarain mix. We're going to pour it directly in. And these already have lots of seasoning in it already, so we don't need to add any salt. We're going to add a little bit of oil to the mix. And we're going to stir it around to let the rice get covered and mixed really well and let it get a little bit browned. So covered in the oil. I have the heat on about medium, and I'm going to add in my stir fry. You could add any kind of mixed vegetables into here. This is just a broccoli stir fry. And if you have a larger crowd, a good trick is adding in more vegetables. It'll make a little bit of something go a long way. And I'm a big fan of water chestnuts, so I'm putting in 2 cans of water chestnuts. And the recipe on the Zeterans box asks for about 3.5 cups for the large boxes of water and 2.5 cups for the small. Because we're adding vegetables and other ingredients, we're going to do about 7 cups of water, or just enough to make sure that all of the vegetables are getting covered. Stir that around, make sure it's even. Probably going to add about 1 more cup of water. We're going to bring this all to a boil and let it sit covered on simmer for about 25 minutes to let everything mend together and let the rice get cooked really well. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm cheating here. I don't have enough time. I usually like to peel fresh potatoes and fry them where they have those crispy little outer edges. Today I don't have time, so I'm doing the ultimate cheat where I have 4 cans of freshly cut sliced potatoes. I've laid them out on this pan flat and drizzled oil and kind of rubbed it across, sprinkled pepper and salt across them, and I'm going to bake it in the oven so they get a little bit crispy and have some more flavor. And these are going to be added to the dirty rice mix at the very end. These are potatoes that have gotten pretty crispy compared to what they were. They could have been a little bit more brown, but I gotta go. And like I said, I love fried potatoes, or steamed potatoes go really well inside of here. These get added to our dirty rice, which has been finished now. I turned it off about 10 minutes ago. We cooked it for the 25 minutes. It's absorbed most of the water, and then the potatoes go right inside, which got some crisp on the bottom of them. It all gets mixed together, and you could serve it and or put it in your pans to take to a potluck. This is the finished product of dirty rice, topped with some green onions and put in a foil tray to take to the potluck. We were able to get 2 full trays, and we still have an entire pot to feed a family of 10.